new coming in, here's another clip. At one particular time in the story, we had a massive exodus of Kurds out of Anatolia into Quebec. They actually brought them into Quebec. Because of that, Hannah's father was doing social work. So Hannah assisted sometimes her father with that social work. And when she divorced her first husband, she went to help the Kurds. But she was in Ontario, and by then some of them had moved to Mississauga and outer reaches of, Toronto. Make a long story short, over the years, they influenced the person. Now, I don't know the Turkish side. That, direct. I do know the Kurds very well. So it impacts you or influences you. And, over in Anatolia, we have the culture of jealousy. And it makes up the basis of our Romeo and Juliet written kilometers worth. People know that. However, if we took that cultural jealousy and brought it to the United States, the man would dump you. They can't handle that. That's the American way. But in Anatolia, the Anatolian way, it's the basis of beauty and love and whatever. Hannah has absolutely zero jealousy for anything else. And at one particular time, because of it, all the armies trained her not to be even remotely jealous. In fact, in Walking Dead, you know how the priest didn't have a bone of jealousy? That movie is also media impacts. It's to kind of educate women. But every once in a while, it just flares right up. And again, it has to do with some man, that she might have been romantically linked with, or, virtual stuff. And it's so damn funny because we don't know that for sure if it's exactly the same Ron, but the probability is high. Now, Ron is a SEAL. That's being very sneaky right now. But he goes back to my UFT days when I was on residence. That means that was in 2008, 2009? That means this person was very important if these guys were here. Way back then. We're year 2025. And the story goes back and forth. Now, with Ron, that jealousy flared up again. Now, it is, of course, only humor. But the reason why Hannah's kind of feeling it is because Ron's giving money to his other ladies and ignoring me. So there's some jealousy there. Because, if you're doing virtual stuff, you're still romantically linked to Hannah. Now, he's a big SEAL, and I know he is not in that thing anymore. But it's just so funny. But that jealousy bit goes back even further. I think in 2009 or 2008, there was a plaque on my wall. And one was the happy face, which was Canada, and the Americans were the sad face. And it became the story at the beginning to train Hannah on the jealousy bit. So it's actually really funny. So when he's scrolling away his nuts and giving it to the other ladies, there was a little bit of a flare up. All of these things are based off a true chronicle that you will probably never, ever see again. But why is that jealousy bit in this particular video shoot? It's to show how difficult cultural variance is. No different than the Chinese in Canada right now, who are mortified of how Americanized and not docile this woman is. So this is another example of it. Because with the Kurds, if we're jealous, it's the cutest thing. With the Americans, they will stab you for that. They don't like that. So see, these are some of the, and this is just one tiny example of